Burning Chocolate is the title of the novel for today. It's in progress and it's not yet out. Chapter 1. In the mansion, so big, so wide, all in grand white, with a diamond-shaped pool and sparkling water fountain, along the garage of color-coded cars that shout money. It is made of numerous rooms, giant than the youth, and this is the life of the Graham family. In other words, was the life of the Mr. Melvin and Miss Delinda, renowned owners of the Graham riches, not gangster couple, but rather real estate and winery brand labels. Their death, though, was sudden and uncalled for. They died in a car accident, presumed to be a car race, so they said. But with their youngest son as a survivor of the death and not a head injury that leaves him autistic now. The Graham riches were then inherited by their firstborn son, Ben Graham, a masterpiece that could tick all ladies' checklists, but is rather a short and mysterious soul. Rumors had it that he was so principled and sort of a perfectionist who loved black as black and white as white. Anything that messed him up or anyone would plead to die. Ben is then hurriedly dressing up in his suit after all, a call that leaves him in a worry. Into his newest shiny blue car, he speeds up. Meanwhile, at Hillington University, an institution for both the arts and sciences, but mainly recognized for its sciences, with lots of race of people all over the globe, starting with its professors. Dylan, a tall, fine, cute lady, dressed in her almost usual black top tucked in her high-waist jeans, with an overcoat and ankle black boots, arrives and lands into commotion. This commotion is one that takes all people's attention, but she chooses not to live her life that way. She chooses not to care and continues on to class. Not until a glimpse of Timothy, the badly wounded casualty of the crowd, she quickly squeezes her way in. "Stop!" she shouts while in between the two boys fighting. They both look ashamed, but she quickly runs to Timothy. "Dimion, you know he's not okay," as she supports her handkerchief onto Timothy's forehead that is oozing out blood. All of a sudden, a male figure comes in to assist Dylan. Timothy is placed at the back with Dylan, confronting him as they are driven to the hospital. Timothy is later in a private hospital, unconscious, with a big brother Ben seated beside him, while Dylan standing opposite Timothy looking at him in worry, rather pity. "What is he even doing at school?" Dylan inquires, looking bothered to get her answers from Ben. "You know, I feel like one of these days I may not make it," she continues. "Thank you," says Ben. Dylan gets out of the room murmuring, "You better be." Ben spots her handbag, quickly gets in, picks her phone and saves his number in her quick dial as David, places it back and calls his secretary to inform Dylan of her handbag. She returns to this quiet room with no one paying attention and realizes her bag is right beside Ben. She bends towards Ben and gets a handbag and leaves the room. Ben notes her signature scent of chocolate. Weeks later on, Timothy is admitted out of the hospital and heads back home with Ben. As Dylan is shopping groceries, a young boy accidentally knocks her coming from behind. Dylan turns only to a warmly smile of the mother of the boy, apologizing on behalf of the boy, who was extremely excited. He comes back in much happiness holding a black and blue chocolate bar. "I got it, Mom," he says. He loves this new kind of chocolate, the mom happily informs Dylan. She gets interested and begs the boy for it to read its label, only to get shocked, or rather surprise. Dylan chocolate, she wonders. "You should try it. You will love it," says the boy, heading away with his mother. Dylan waves her goodbye and quickly turns to the sweet section and finds a whole load of chocolate. She smiles and grabs one. But noticing, yes, it's Dylan chocolate, but the spelling of Dylan was wrong. But this leaves her in a smile. She goes to inquire when this kind of chocolate was released. To her surprise, it's new on the market. She just knew right what the answer was. She went out with her smile that made her day. That's it for now. That has been chapter 1. See you in the next chapter. Thank you for listening.